Hello beautiful souls and welcome to my channel Roseology. So this video is a full moon inspired ritual walkthrough kind of video. I don't really know what to call this. But basically this is my routine for this full moon in particular because for me setting intentions, it looks completely different every single time because I really do allow my intuition to dictate how each intention setting or a ritual is going to go. But I wanted to do a quick video for those of you that ask me about working with the moon or manifesting and setting intentions, how to do it, what it looks like, what to do. And this is also a goddess inspired ritual where you can really invoke the goddess because we are having, this is a very big week. This isn't just a full moon week where we're having the full moon August 3rd, but we're also having the planet Venus and the North Node conjunct exact on August 5th this week. So this is a really huge week in terms of manifesting, doing rituals, things like that. So I figured we'd do kind of like a walkthrough or like a walk along, I don't know, something, I don't know what to call this. So yeah, for this ritual, I'm keeping it pretty simple because I'm still working an intention that I set a while ago. So this full moon, I'm focusing on things to help support that intention, basically just giving my thanks to Spirit and the universe for this already coming in. So yeah, let me first start out by saying that you don't need anything it is that I show you in this video. This is my personal setup, but you can manifest anything with focus, visual, sound, and intention. And none of those things require any sort of tools. None of those things require anything except for you. So this is my setup, but feel free to do what feels right for you. Now you can work with this full moon energy all week, so don't feel like you have to do a ritual tonight if you're not ready or prepared, or if you don't feel like really doing one. Rituals work best when we are excited and really want to do them, when we're really feeling in the vibe. That's when we have this Eight of Wands magician energy really sort of supporting us and standing right behind us. And right now it is 11:11. I feel like that is really important to say. So yeah, it's 11:11 right now. Magical time, magical hour. All right, so let's go on ahead and jump into this ritual. So I've already cleansed my space, my house, and my body, and that's a really important step to do because having an organized and clean space will really help energy to flow as you're directing your intentions, prayers, and manifestations. Because one thing that I always say is that energy already knows what to do, it just simply needs direction, and that's exactly what intentions are. When we set intentions, when we're praying, when we're manifesting, what we're actually doing is directing energy. So it really helps to have a clean space. So the thing that I like to do first before getting to my intentions is I like to set the mood or the atmosphere by playing some music. So really it just depends on whatever it is that I'm vibing with at the time. Sometimes it's as simple as nature sounds or a frequency, or other times it's like a whole goddess playlist with all my favorite artists on Apple Music. So it's really kind of, up to you how you want to set the mood or set the atmosphere, but I found that it really helps a lot. Whatever is going to help keep you in the frequency of the work that you're about to do and whatever it is that you're about to bring in. So for example, if you were trying to bring in romance, you might gravitate towards more sensual music to help you stay in that frequency. So as far as tools go, I'm going to be using pen and paper for writing my intentions and drawing sigils. And then of course I'm going to be using something like tarot cards, as well as I have my astrological chart pulled with the current transits. I have the knot of a set here. This is a programmed object, meaning that I bonded my intentions or energy to this object. And if you want to know exactly how to do that, I have a short but really detailed video explaining exactly how to bind your intentions and energy to any living or inanimate object. I linked in the description down below for you. I also have here an altar cloth. Now you don't have to own an altar cloth. You can use any sort of cleansed, dedicated area. If you want to use a cloth, you can use like a sheet or some sort of covering. This one that I have here, this tablecloth that I have here, is a beautiful altar cloth from astralsoul.com. The next thing that I have here is a tea light candle. You can use any sort of candle that you have on hand. I'm using a white tea light candle here. And as far as crystals, I'll be using rose quartz, clear quartz, obsidian for protection, black tourmaline for protection, and moonstone because it correlates to the frequency of the moon, and this is a full moon. Now as far as herbs go, I have some mugwort and dried rose petals that I'll be using for this ritual. Essential oils I'll be using in my diffuser, and I might put a couple of drops in my water offering to my ancestors, but yeah, I have some essential oils here. The next thing is a cast iron cauldron, and I'm using this to safely burn my intentions with my herbs. And I'm burning my intentions specifically for this full moon because we are in the season of Leo, and Leo is a fire sign ruled by the sun. And then I have here a block of coal for the cauldron to help keep the herbs and intentions burning. And the final thing that I have here is some pink salt for protection. So here I'm just taking my paper, herbs, crystals, and I'm arranging them on my space after physically cleaning my area with water, some tap water, as well as a little bit of Florida water. So I like to handle the herbs that I'm using for my rituals for a few minutes until I feel their energy that I set them with. Again, I have a whole video dedicated to that link below, exactly how to program your intentions to any sort of living object like an herb or a crystal or an oil, as well as inanimate objects. Now I am spiritually clearing the space using sound vibrations with a tuning fork. So this is a 432 hertz tuning fork, and I'm just sort of waving it over my entire work area while visualizing clear, lifted energy. So I use 432 hertz tuning forks as well as 528 hertz. Those are just my favorite. And I'm just sort of waving the tuning forks, wiggling them back and forth to make the sound waves vibrate. Afterwards, I'm using a brass Tibetan bowl that's been dedicated to my ancestors. So I'm playing the bowl to set my space. So after cleansing a space, it gets rid of the energy occupied there. So I like to set the energy after a cleansing. And you can do this by saying some words or calling on a specific energy. I'm doing this using my Tibetan singing bowl as well as saying some words. As well as I have a skull here for to represent my ancestors. It's a skull with the carvings of all these astrological signs up here and this Latin phrase saying to the stars. So after I set the energy, I like to take natural rainwater, and this is rainwater that I've kept stored since last Leo season to use for this Leo season, and I'm dedicating it to this space and ritual by pouring it into my ancestor bowl here, as you will see. And so this can be referred to as pouring libations to your ancestors, and water is a very powerful activator for an altar or any sort of dedicated space. Water is the element of life, fertility, the mother. So I always like to collect rainwater for these dedications, and I usually pour the water onto plants that I have outside my home. And here I'm just playing the bowl a few more times with the activated water. So here I'm saying a few words before writing my intentions down. At this point, I like to call out to specific energies. I only call on energies that I know when I set intentions, because calling on an energy without having a personal connection to it is kind of like calling a random phone number. You don't know who's going to pick up on the other end of that line. And when it comes to intentions, this is so important to know who you are reaching out to, because intentions is kind of like a minor soul contract. So you really want to be mindful here of exactly what you're reaching out to. Now I'm burning a little Palo Santo to lift the energy of the space as well as to get some smoke in the area. I like to have all four elements present while writing my intentions, and I love the smell of Palo Santo, but something like incense will do. And if you can't burn anything, you can always use something like a feather to sort of symbolize the element of air in your altar space. To represent the element of fire, I'm going to be using a white tea light candle. Any candle will do, but because it's a simple ritual, I'm using a candle that only burns for about an hour or two. And the cool thing about a tea light candle is you can kind of pull them out of their little aluminum casing, so you can write your name or a word or a symbol or a Bible verse or whatever it is that you want to write on the side of this candle. And you can also put your intentions in this little aluminum case as well. For extra protection, you can use pink sea salt and pour it in a circle around the area that you'll be writing your intentions in, or around your candle. You can also put this in 4 different points in your room, putting in the 4 directions: north, south, east, and west if you'd like. So I'm going to light my candle inside my ancestor bowl, and then I'm going to play the bowl to activate the candle or to tune it to the water before actually lighting it. So here I'm just sprinkling in some dried rose petals and playing the bowl again, while again still keeping my intentions in mind throughout this entire process. And you can say some words or an incantation, some chants, mantras, affirmations if you'd like, as well as you can play some subliminals in the background. So I have 2 different types of paper here, but either one will work just fine. So I have some blank computer paper for drawing symbols like an Ankh and the knot of a set, which I'll show you guys here shortly. So now that I've got all my tools, it's time to write down my intentions. So I'm just scribbling some random words down here because I'm not going to write my actual intentions on camera, but this is the process. And make sure you write the date and your whole name and sign it as though you would a contract. And make sure you feel or visualize your intentions as you write them, and write them as in you already have whatever it is that you're trying to bring in or get rid of. So if you're even trying to get rid of something, some sort of chaotic situation in your life, then you want to write something down like, I have so much peace, thank you for helping me with so-and-so situation, or thank you for helping me find a resolution for this situation. You know, you want to sort of write it as though this thing has already happened, whether you're trying to bring something in or actually get rid of it. And here I'm just pretending to sign my name at the bottom. So on this computer paper here, I am drawing the knot of a set, and the knot of a set is that blue statue that's standing up behind that Tibetan bowl there. And this is going to be a pretty bad drawing, just warning you guys, because I am not an artist, but yeah, just bear with me. You get the idea. And that's mine out of a set. But you guys get the idea. Here in the loop area of this Ankh, I have wrote things, or I've just wrote the word incoming. And so the loop area is a good place to write the things that you want to bring in, and the bottom area is good for writing the things that you want to give up or offer up for this intention manifestation to be able to come in. Now here I'm actually drawing out an actual Ankh, and now I'll only be using one of these drawings for my ritual for tonight's full moon, but you can draw as much or as little as you'd like. I'm just showing some different examples here for you guys of how you can work this, but here's the Ankh. Again, it's pretty wonky. And again, I'm just demonstrating how in the loop, it's a good place to write things that you're trying to bring in, and the stems are really good, or the bottom stem is really good for things that you kind of want to, are willing to sacrifice or offer up to bring in your intentions and manifestations. And on the outer stems where the arms are at is actually a good place to write the results or outcome that you want from your manifestations, something that you want in the far future, because the circle of the Ankh actually represents the womb, the space that holds life. The bottom of the Ankh actually represents the stem, the source of life, and the little arms on the side actually represent the product or offspring of these two elements coming together. So now I'm just taking my intentions and folding them, and you fold towards yourself for things that you want to bring in, and you fold away from yourself for things that you want to banish or repel or halt, to bring a stop to. I'm personally burning my intentions for this full moon because we are currently in Leo season, and I like to burn my intentions with the flame from the set candle, the charged candle. And then I'm pouring some programmed herbs, some charged herbs over the fire, and adding a coal to the flame to keep everything burning. And again, if you want to know how to program, charge different objects, living and inanimate, I have that video for you guys linked down in the description. And I will basically allow my intentions and the candle to burn through until they are done. And at this point in time, I like to kind of just leave everything alone, walk away, play some music, cook some dinner, and then afterwards take a really nice bath in a candlelit room and having some more incense, and just kind of really pamper and nurture myself. The new and full moons are really kind of like my excuse, and I don't need an excuse because I'm a Taurus sun, Leo moon. Yeah, my Leo moon is really showing here. I personally take these new and full moons as a time and excuse to really pamper myself. So I go all out. I'll get in the bathtub after setting some intentions, and after I'm done with the bath, I'll get in my robe and lay down and read a book, or, you know, do something really relaxing and fun, and just kind of chill out for the night. But tonight I'm actually working to get this video up for you guys, so it'll still be chill, just not as chill. So this is basically the end of my ritual here, you guys. Now, it's up to you what you want to do with the ashes of your intentions. And like I said, you don't have to burn your intentions. You could bury them, you could put them in water, you could keep them. It's really up to you. But I'm actually going to take the ashes of my intentions, and more than likely I'm probably going to scatter them in the wind for the full moon in Aquarius, because Aquarius is the element of air. So I might just scatter them outside and let them blow away in the wind. But yeah, this pretty much marks the end of this ritual, you guys. So like I told you guys, this was going to be really simple. Hopefully you guys weren't expecting anything too formal or elaborate, but yeah, I was gonna keep it pretty easy this full moon. But maybe, you know, if you guys like this video, maybe this is something that I can keep up with doing, or maybe I can do another like new or full moon ritual, one that's maybe a little bit more elaborate. Let me know down in the comments, you guys, if you guys want to see something like that, if you enjoyed this video. So yeah, this is all that I have for you guys. I pray that you guys have such a beautiful Aquarius full moon, that you guys have a beautiful week and a beautiful Venus conjunct North Node in the sign of Gemini, because we are attracting in a lot of beautiful fate and a lot of really good karma. I truly do believe that for all of us. So, you know, I do pray that you guys have a beautiful week, and I pray that this video brought you guys some love, support, clarity, and strength. I love you guys to the moon and back, and of course I will be seeing you guys in my next video. So you guys know what comes next. Stay safe, stay blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye guys.